Hello, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and listen to what I have to say. um, okay, today is Sunday, the 19th of July, 2020. And today I wanted to talk about I've mentioned Eckhart Tolle in a lot of my talks and speeches and things that I've given, and I have recently been rereading Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. I've actually got it on Audible and I've got the hard copy book of it, but I've been listening to the Audible version of it every night before I go to bed for about 30 or so minutes. And honestly, every single time I listen to it, I come away just everything that he says to me, I'm just like, oh my goodness, wow. I am just blown away by every little thing that he says, because every little thing that he says I can completely resonate with and I can completely understand. It's just absolutely incredible. And so it's just, and I find it the most beautiful way to fall asleep to, because basically I listen to it until I pretty much fall asleep. I read my book first. I'm reading just a random book at the moment, something entirely not at all spiritual. And then I listen to Eckhart Tolle, but I listen to him until I fall asleep, basically. And I don't know, it's just, his messages are very powerful, and I just become so inspired, and what he says is just deeply inspiring. And what I really got from the section of what I listened to last night in his speech, he was talking about surrender, and he was talking about the transmutation of pain, and talking about how our presence and being mindful and practicing mindfulness is a way to dissolve our physical, emotional, mental pain. And I have known this and I feel this for myself, but then actually hearing it and actually seeing it and actually feeling and reading those words completely, I'm just amazed. I don't know, I'm just amazed. So I can tell you that at the moment, I've had a lot of pain issues, trying to dissolve my own traumas and pains. And at the moment, I still am dealing with my pain body arising during my menstrual cycle. And I do have a little bit of trouble during this time, staying present in my mind and in my body, and staying present to the experience, and just becoming the witnesser or the observer of what is going on with myself and my body. And I still struggle. It's like it catches me out every single time. I'm aware of it when it's close to the time, but it still catches me out. Although my last menstrual cycle, which I just finished about a week ago, I was actually more present than I've ever been, and I was much less reactive to what was going on, and I was really more of the observer than usual. I'm just inspired. So I've learnt now, and I know that when I am close to my menstrual cycle every month, I need to stay present, and I need to observe those thoughts that might be arising. I need to observe the sensations in my body. I need to observe how my body's feeling, and I need to not judge any of those things that might be arising, rather just observe them all without judgment. And that is how we begin to dissolve pain, physical, emotional, mental pain. It's the power of being present. It's the power of being mindful. It's the power of practicing mindfulness. It is also through yoga and meditation, which are powerful states of bringing our minds and our bodies into the present moment. It is during also these states that we can dissolve physical, mental, emotional pain. During the course of my 6 Vipassana meditations that I've sat over the last 7 years, I have had various occasions in which I'll be sitting there meditating and I can actually feel physical pain and sensations leaving my body. So that's trauma, that's negativity, which is dissolving out of my body. So the moment we become aware of these sensations and these thoughts and these feelings that are going on in our bodies and our minds, like during meditation or even in everyday life when we're being mindful, the moment we bring our attention to them and we become aware, the moment they start to lose their power and they start to dissolve. So that was what happened with me. My very first Vipassana meditation, it was day 4. I remember so vividly because the first 4 days was so excruciatingly hard. And I just had these terrible sensations in my head. They were like stabbing pains. It felt like a knife was being stabbed into my head over and over and over. And that's what I felt 4 days straight, just continuously. And then on finally day 4, I felt the release. I felt the release of all that physical pain and all that trauma and all that negativity just leaving. I felt it and I could see it in my mind's eye, leaving and dissolving from my body and my mind and releasing. And it was just a powerful moment. And that was the first time that I realized and I recognized and I understood like the power of meditation, the fact that meditation is our medicine, the fact that meditation is a tool to heal our minds and our bodies and our spirits and our souls and our emotional pain. It's a tool to It's medicine, medicine. I believe it's completely a tool to purify our minds. So in Vipassana meditation, we talk a lot about the sensations in the body. So when we're meditating, we actually focus on these sensations. And they say that these sensations that are arising during meditation are connected to our subconscious mind. So what's happening is we're meditating and then these sensations are arising from our subconscious mind, and these sensations are connected to traumas and negativities and past events that have occurred in the past. So what they're doing is, by us meditating, we're actually, and becoming mindful, we're bringing our attention to these sensations. So that's why they are arising, because our body wants to heal. So these sensations are coming alive, so to speak, and they want to be released. So then we're tapping into those sensations, and when we meditate, especially for 10 days, you feel these sensations rising and releasing from your body and from your mind. And it is just the most powerful thing in the world. And the 10-day Vipassana meditation is just like like having a psychedelic trip on drugs. It's the same thing, because we have DMT in our brains, and it's definitely activated during this time. It's activated during meditation, that is for sure, but especially during these 10 days. So the Vipassana meditation is certainly something that's so worth doing. It's just incredible. It's such a powerful, incredible tool, and it's also a tool to understand ourselves better, understand the way our own mind works, understand developing our awareness of how our mind works and the thoughts that we're having. It's a tool for many things. It's a tool to gain wisdom into ourselves. It's many, many, many amazing things. Meditation is so incredibly powerful. I can't even describe the things and experiences that I have witnessed and experienced over the last 7 years during my journey with meditation. It's just unbelievable. But a couple of little things that I noted down when I was listening to Eckhart Tolle last night, and I was just so inspired. I got my phone out and I took a few notes when he was talking about the transmuting of our pain. He said in this chapter, when he was talking about the transmutation of pain, he was saying, when you feel that pain arise, you want to witness it, and you want to surrender to it, and you want to watch it dissolve. Surrender to the suffering. There will be a strong urge to escape with deep pain. Like when deep pain arises, obviously many of us don't want to deal with it. We'll do something else to distract ourselves. We'll watch television, drink alcohol, we'll go to the movies, we'll go shopping, So we'll do things that distract ourselves from our true feelings. So, and he also says suffering doesn't diminish when we make it unconscious. So when we're doing these things, such as watching television, such as going shopping, such as going to the movies, we're becoming unconscious to our true feelings. So we're not wanting to deal with our pain. But becoming unconscious means that we're not going to actually be able to heal from our own pain. Okay, so he says, don't run away from pain, don't think about it, feel it. Okay, so feel that pain. Don't judge it, don't label it, just feel it and allow it to move through you deeply and express it if necessary. Don't create a script in your mind about this pain or a story like, oh, why am I feeling this? Why am I feeling that? Oh, this is because of this is because of that. No, you want to observe it as it is. Don't judge it. Just observe it. Just feel it within. Just feel it within. Give attention to the feeling, the feeling. Don't let the mind create a victim identity. Refrain from mental labeling. Be alert, be alert, be alert. Because what will happen is the pain body will want to try and take you over when it arises. So when the pain body takes over, it's going to make you less conscious and more unconscious. So you're not going to be able to heal when you are in that unconscious state. Observe the pain, but don't act. Stay present, stay present. Stay present, and as you do so, you are bringing a light into the darkness. Full attention is surrender, the power of now. Presence removes time. No negativity, no suffering can arise in our presence. And then I've just noted down here, feeling sorry for yourself and telling others your story will only keep you in suffering. Full attention, full acceptance is surrender. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? And then I've written this other quote. I was just so inspired by this. Die to the past every moment and let the light of your presence shine away the heavy time-bound self you thought of as you. How incredible is this? And this is just talking about the pain body now. The pain body cannot live in your presence. Surrender. Become aware. Notice. Through surrender, spiritual energy arises. It's when we don't surrender, it's when we start judging what we're feeling, it's when we start labeling, it's when we start creating a story about why we're feeling what we're feeling. When we do all of those things, we are becoming unconscious. So what we want to do is, and right now is a great lesson for us all, we might all be feeling a little bit of pain, a little bit of all these crazy emotions arising, and we want to be labeling them, and really maybe we're not feeling great, and we want to maybe create a story about all these thoughts and feelings. But the truth is, actually, if we want this pain to dissolve, we need to surrender to it and observe it as it is and notice it and stay fully present so that it can move through us and we can transmute that pain and it can leave our bodies. And I remember reading a quote somewhere saying that